Today, I am Rishabh Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, going going to take sixth lecture on automobile. And today, our topic will be clutch. Let's start with our lecture. What is clutch? The clutch is a device used in transmission the system of the vehicle to engage and disengage the engine to the transmission. Basically, the location of the clutch is between the engine and the transmission box. It enables the to transfer the motion of engine to the transmission box. By using the clutch, we can engage or disengage the engine and transmission very smoothly, by which we are not getting any jerk during the shifting shifting the gears. A clutch is a mechanical device that engages and disengages the power transmitting transmission essentially from driving shaft to driven shaft. Now, what is the function of clutch and what is the need of the clutch? When the clutch is engaged, the power flow from the engine to the wheel through the transmission system and the vehicle moves forward and we will get a smoother ride. When the clutch is disengaged, the power is not transmitted to the wheel and the vehicle stops while the engine is still running. The engine will move ideally and our wheel will not get any torque during the ideal position. The clutch is kept engaged when the vehicle is moving. The clutch is the clutch is engaged and make a coupling during the ride or when the vehicle is moving. The clutch is also permits a gradual taking up of the load. When properly operated, it prevents jerking motion of the vehicle. Now, the clutch is disengaged. When the clutch is disengaged, the time when we starting the engine, the clutch is disengaged from the disengage the engine as well as the transmission box. When we shifting the gears, it disengages engine and transmission. When we stop a vehicle, that time the clutch disengage engine and transmission. When the engine is idly position, that time there will be no engagement of engine as well as the transmission. The main principle or the operational principle of the clutch is the clutch works on the principle of friction. Yes, the clutch is based on or operated on the basis of friction. As you can see, that we have a flywheel, then we have a frictional plate, then we have a pressure plate, releasing springs and cover. These are the components of the clutch. The pressure plate creates pressure on the frictional plate which are combined with flywheel. When two frictional surfaces are brought in contact with each other and pressed, they are united due to the friction between them. The friction between the three surfaces depending upon firstly area of the surface, second applied pressure, and the third one is coefficient of friction. The three factors are on which the friction plate depends. The two surfaces that can be separated and brought into contact when it required. One surface is considered as driven member and the other member is generally known as driven member. The driving member is kept rotating all the time. What are the requirements of the clutch? First, we need a torque transmission. It means we need a gearbox so that we can transmit the motion to the wheels. Gradual engagement. We need a device that gradually make engagement with the engine as well as the transmission box. Heat dissipation. Yes, we need a heat dissipating devices so that the heat can be released from the clutch when during the mating of flywheel and the friction plate. Then dynamic balancing. Yes, dynamic balancing also creating a playing a crucial role, as the dynamic balancing of the vehicle makes the vehicle well stabled and jerkless and noise free motions. Vibration and damping. We need dampers over there by which we are not feel the vibration in our automobile or jerk in during the driving. The size. The size must be compact so that uh, so that we can make a small engine with with a high torque and high horsepower. Free pedal play. We need a free pedal play so that if we put our foot on the clutch pedal, it hams up play directly. It will not press the clutch plate. Easy in operation. Yes, the clutch is very easy in operation. We don't need any rocket science and other techniques or other highly techniques we use during the clutch. Lightness. Yes, it allow the lightness. It's smaller in weight, light in weight, and do much better and great work during the vehicle moves. What are the main components of the clutch? First, it is a driving member. Second is driven member, and third one is operating member. Now, what is the role of driving member? The driving member has a flywheel which is mounted on the engine crankshaft. A disc is bolted on flywheel which is known as pressure plate or a driving disc. The driven member is called of driving member is a disc called clutch plate. This clutch plate can be slide freely to and fro to the clutch shaft. The operating member consists of a pedal or lever which can be pressed to disengage the driver and the driven plates. Now you can see the figure in which we have a pedal or to which we have to press it, and we have a one crankshaft and to the and a shaft which is connected to the gearbox or a transmission box. Now we have to see how the clutch plate works. The motion from the crankshaft comes into play by the crankshaft, and we have a pedal. When we press the pedal, we push out the frictional plate with flywheel, and when we push back or release the pedal, the frictional plate and the flywheel make engagement, and the motion will transmit it to the shaft, and this shaft rotate the transmission box. We have a spring loaded mechanism over there. We don't have to pull it back, pedal to pull it back, by which only we have to push the pedal for disengaging the clutch, and simultaneously the reverse action will be taken place accordingly. Now we have to discuss about types of clutch. First we have a friction clutch, centrifugal clutch, electromagnetic clutch, vacuum clutch, and hydraulic clutch. In the frictional clutch we can bifurcate some parts, that is single plate clutch, multi-plate clutch, cone clutch. And the multi-plate plate clutch also bifurcated into two parts, that is wet clutch and the dry clutch. And a clone clutch is also bifurcating in two parts, that is external clutch and internal clutch. Let's discuss with the single plate clutch. Single plate clutch is only is a clutch which is mounted on a spline of a clutch shaft. The flywheel is mounted on the engine crankshaft and rotated with it. The pressure plate is bolted to the flywheel through clutch spring. It is freely to slide the clutch shaft when clutch pedal is in operated. Let's see how and what are the positions of single plate frictional clutch. During the time of disengagement, the flywheel and the pressure plates don't have coupling motion or any engagement. We have a play between them, and no power from crankshaft is transferred to transmission shaft. And the time of engagement, the spring loaded diaphragm or mechanism allow allow the frictional plate to make engagement with flywheel and transfer the motion from crankshaft to transmission shaft. When the clutch is engaged, the clutch plate is gripped between the flywheel and the pressure plate, due to which the friction between the flywheel and the clutch plate and pressure also receive a revolution or circular motion. Clutch shaft is connected to the transmission, and thus the engine power is transmitted to the crankshaft to the clutch shaft. When the clutch is in disengagement position, when the clutch is pressed, the pressure plate moves back against the force of the spring and clutch plate become free between the flywheel and the pressure plate. The flywheel remains rotating as long as engine is running, and the clutch shaft speed reduced slowly, and finally it stops rotating. As soon the clutch pedal is pressed, the clutch is said to be disengaged. Now we have how this is how multi-plate clutch works. The action of multi-plate clutch is similar to the single plate clutch. The only main difference is we have multi plates in multi-plate frictional multi-plate plates frictional plates present in multi-plate clutch. These type of clutch plates are used in heavy vehicles, generally in trucks, cars, in which we have to bear heavy loads. Or if we're talking about the single plate clutch is generally used in automobiles like two-wheelers and aviators and scooters. In that two-wheelers, only single plate is needed. In heavy and heavy motor vehicles, we need multi-plate clutch, as the multi-plate clutch make high pressure and can bear heavy load and do not slip during the engagement with flywheel and transmission box. Multi-plate consists of a number of a clutch plate instead of only one plate, as in the case of single plate clutch. The increased number of friction plate surface obviously increases the capacity of the clutch to transmit torque. The plates are alternatively fitted to the engine shaft and gearbox shaft. Each of the alternate plate slides in grooves on the flywheel and other slides on the spline of the pressure plate. Now we will discuss about how the multi-plate clutch works. Clutch plate engaged with flywheel and torque is transmitted to the flywheel through the friction facing to the transmission clutch shaft. Hence, the real wheel of the car also rotates. When clutch pedal is pressed and released bearing acts on the pressure plate and diaphragm and move the pressure plate away from the flywheel. This, this release bearing the clamping force of the facing plate and separate plates and allow flywheel to move freely without turning the clutch shaft. Now the clutch plate disengage with the flywheel and drive is no longer transmitted. When the pedal is released, the spring tension force the pressure plate, the clutch plate and separates against the flywheel and clamping all the components together. Now we will discuss about cone clutch. This is the diagram or basic diagram of a clutch plate in which we have a transmission rod, pedals and clutch in the shape of cone. As you can see in the diagram, we have a driving shaft, driven shaft, inner core, friction lining on inner core and outer cone. Here the friction lining are present on the inner core surface, not all over the surface as compared to the single plate or the multi-plate clutch, but we have friction lining on at the inclined angle of the cone. The cone clutch consists of friction surfaces in form of cone. The engine shaft consists of female cone and the male cone is mounted on the supplied clutch shaft. It has friction surface on the conical position. The male cone can slide on the clutch shaft. When the clutch is engaged, the friction surface of the male cone area are in contact with the female cone due to the force of the spring. When the clutch pedal is pressed, the male cone slide against the spring force and the clutch is disengaged. Let's discuss about centrifugal clutch. Generally, the centrifugal clutch are used in light motor vehicles or where we need a constantly rotating motion. This type of clutch is generally used in gearless scooters. For example, Activas, Jupiter, Fascino, and other two-wheeler scooters which are generally have low load vehicle. The centrifugal clutch have spring loaded version and it will rotate in rotation for rotation and the friction lining moves outward with the force m mr omega square. The force is acting outward and it faces centrifugal force. That's why the clutch named as centrifugal clutch at this position as the clutch is facing centrifugal force. The centrifugal clutch uses centrifugal force instead of spring force for keeping it in engaged position. Also, it does not require clutch pedal for operating the clutch. The clutch is operated automatically depending upon the engine speed. The vehicle can turn in the gear by pressing the accelerator pedal, stopping the gear without stalling the engine. The vehicle can be start without any without pressing any clutch. Let's discuss about electromagnetic clutch. In this type of clutch, the flywheel consists of winding, the copper winding or aluminium winding. Two types of winding we can done on this clutch. The current supplied in the winding from the battery or dynamo. We have two power sources, that is battery as well as from the dynamo, or we can say alternator. When the current passes through the winding, it produces an electromagnetic field which attracts the pressure plate, thereby engaging the clutch. When the supply is cut off, the clutch is disengaged. This is all technique of electromagnetic condition. The last we have a vacuum clutch, and see how vacuum clutch works. It consists of vacuum cylinder with piston solenoids, operate valves, reservoir, and a non-returning valve. Non-returning valve is a kind of valve in which only one motion, two or four flow motion is possible. Only unidirectional position force or directional motion is allowed. The reservoir is connected to the engine manifold through a non-returning valve. The vacuum cylinder is connected to the reservoir through solenoid operated valves. The solenoid is operated from the battery, and the circuit incorporates a switch which places in the gear lever. The movement of the piston is transmitted by linkage of the clutch, causing it to the engagement when the driver is not operating the gear lever. The switch is open and clutch remains disengaged due to forcing of the spring. Let's let's see what type of clutch we have just left. We have a hydraulic clutch. Everyone knows about the hydraulic clutch. Hydraulic clutch means the clutch using the hydro power. Hydra means hydro, and the hydraulic power will be used during the clutch shifting. For hydraulic clutch we need clutch oil, or we can say transmitting oil, so that the motion and pressure can be created with the help of fluid. The hydraulic clutch is operated in the same way of the vacuum clutch. The only difference is that the vacuum clutch is operated by the air, and the hydraulic clutch is operated by oil pressure. The pump is operated by the engine itself. The oil from the reservoir is pumped into the accumulator tank. The accumulator tank is connected to the cylinder through the control valve. The control valve is electrically controlled by the switch in gear lever. When the driver holds the gear lever to change the gear, the switch is operated to open the control valve, admitting the oil under the pressure of the cylinder. Due to the oil pressure, the piston moves, causing the clutch disengage. As soon as the driver leaves the gear lever, the switch is open, which closes the control valve, and clutch is engaged again. Thank you for watching this video. We will again let you know with our new video, lecture number 7. Thank you.